I have said that if you don't look back at your bike as you walk away, you got the wrong bike. Welcome back to Road Reality. I'm John. I'm going to be your tour guide on a road glide today, but I want to talk about some of the physiological responses that we get to motorcycles. And that is my 2024 road glide in Blue Burst. And I absolutely love it. And I pulled it out of the trailer this morning and I got one hell of a dopamine hit. So let's get on a bike and talk about it. And I think part of that dopamine hit was because I haven't commuted on this thing in like a month or 6 weeks. I mean, it's been a while. And before I forget, how's your day going out there in YouTube land? It ain't as good as mine because I'm on my bike today. No, I'm just kidding. It could be better than mine. Oh, especially if you know how to upshift. And like taking the bike and commuting on it, for some that sounds like drudgery and no fun. But my argument is that riding a motorcycle to work is taking something mundane and making it special. Especially if you have a motorcycle you love as much as I love my road glide. Ooh, bumpity bump. So there's this dopamine hit, right? Now, look, people that are addicted to drugs and alcohol, they're always looking for their next hit. And I don't know what the technical terms are, but there's receptors in the brain and the drugs fulfill those, right? But with motorcycles, there's this hit of, I think it's dopamine that gets into our bloodstream when we see a motorcycle. Oh boy, the recent storm has made this a gravel road. Look at this nonsense. Woo. All right. So for some of us, when we see a motorcycle, we're like a dog putting our head out the window of a car, like, woo, that's fun, I enjoy that, I want to go do that. So for some of us, it becomes this upgrade cycle, an upshift cycle, and it becomes a gotta have the next new thing, right? You see so many people out there, YouTubers or not. YouTubers are really bad about buying new bikes. One new bike every 5 years is about all I can stand. It takes me that long to get the damn thing dialed in and, you know, put a few miles on it. But even in the real world where people aren't filming everyday activities, I think there's a lot of people out there that will buy the next craziest thing or the next best thing. It's got the new widgets on it, so they want it, and they get caught in this upgrade trap. I mean, years before I was a YouTuber, I got caught in the car upgrade trap and then the truck upgrade trap. We're not getting caught in the antenna test range trap today, but I bought a car every year or 2 years because, well, this one's got heated seats. This one's got heated and cooled seats. This one's got a wet road in front of me. Okay. This one's got GPS and nav and sunroofs and power moonroofs with the panoramic and all that other stuff. It becomes this never-ending battle of one-upsmanship between what you had and what you want. And honestly, I got kind of tired of that, which is why I stuck with the 2019 Street Glide for 5 years until the 2024 called my name. The ride modes, the digital dash, the extra handling and motor power and all that stuff. It really drew me in and sold me on the new platform. And minus a few little issues, I've been rather happy with my purchase. I have 2,054 miles on the old road glide now, and I plan to keep it for like 5 years, as long as I'm getting that sweet, sweet dopamine hit when I look at it. Because when I look at this bike, I realize that's my bike. I can ride that bike. I can take it, I can bend it around this corner a little bit, and I can have a nice, relaxing ride, clear my head, talk to you. That's a big thing. Boop the like button. Show me you're paying attention. And, oh, flood alert. Well, this could get wet. We've had flooding in this area for like the last 6 weeks. But you get this dopamine hit. I think some people get caught up in trying to, like, one-up their previous bike. And honestly, this is where I see a need for multiple bikes. I got friends like Carson and Patrick, the Adventurous Rider and Motor Ramblings. They have multiple bikes for multiple purposes. Carson and Patrick. They both like doing the on-road stuff, and then they want to go off-road. I have no interest in going off-road. Did you see my video? I went off-road in my truck. That's enough for me. But on a bike, I just want to ride down the street and cruise. I don't need the extra headache. I really don't. But you're after that dopamine hit, I'll say it again. And you know, it's like the people that do the cam upgrades and the other power adders, the tuners, I don't know, exhaust, all that other crap. I get it. It's for them. It ain't for me. I'm just after just a nice relaxing cruise, quiet. And they want to go faster, so they're constantly one-upping themselves. So it's kind of like a drug addict in that way, where they're always trying to get that fix, and it gets harder and harder to get the fix. Ooh, I was able to downshift. I did good. Wow, I think I actually felt my tire slide on that one a little bit. The ABS kept me upright. Maybe not. Anyway. That is not the world's safest area, let me tell you. Those cars, they can't see you and they're not paying attention. So I was focused on them. Yeah, I didn't focus on you. You're not the center of my world. But I'm the center of yours, right? Right? Come on, do a guy a solid. Anyway, we're gonna ride through this, I think it's not quite an army base, but it is like an installation. There's a BRAC? What does that say? Buildings. It's a building, a BLDG, yeah. Anyway, it's a nice little area over here. I haven't been over here in months either. Trying to avoid the floodplains, as it were. A lot of these roads have a ton of debris on them, like you saw earlier, and I'm just like, no, I can be smart. I can ride today and avoid it. It is the, first day below 90, I think. Yeah. What is it now? It's reading 86. It was 89 earlier. So first day below 90 in like 6 weeks and no rain. So, you know, your boy John had to ride. Yeah, I got my 4.5 hours of sleep last night. Got my coffee. Whoa. We must to be partaking in the coffee. Coffee. I absolutely do words. I absolutely do love riding this bike. It just puts a poop-eating grin on my face. And it, you know, I honestly believe that it doesn't even have to be any specific bike. Like, it doesn't have to be this specific bike. I could own just about any bike that ran reliably and be happy, but this one's like tuned for me at this point. I've got the windshield on it and all the guards and pegs and all the other crap, and it just makes riding it even more of a pleasure. Did I close my door pack? Yeah, I closed my door pack. So I just, it's one of those things where if you ride every day, I wonder if the thrill would get dull and you would lose interest in riding motorcycles. Kind of like a conversation I was having with some friends of mine that went down to Tazewell recently, and they enjoyed Back of the Dragon. Oh, this is the stop sign. Yeah, there we go. Full and complete stop. And they wondered if we wouldn't get bored of riding Back of the Dragon style roads all the time. And I said, probably not. I don't think that could ever get old. And I'm gonna stick with that. I don't think that would ever get old. I think you might buy a different bike that might handle it better, or you might try different bikes on it, or you might try ride it in both directions, which I've done around here a little bit. But I don't think it would ever get old. I would move down there and find out if I could afford to. Man, this is peaceful out here. Not a lot of traffic. We avoided the muck and crap on the roads. I'm gonna go play in traffic now. And I get it. I get comments fairly regularly that say, I don't know how you can ride up there. And it's all about finding the roads that allow you to enjoy motorcycling without being a total mundane, like, stop and go mess. That is my payoff for going to work on the motorbike. You know, I don't get to ride every day. I do have a truck, so I get to pick my riding days. So if the weather's not particularly nice or I'm not feeling well, I don't have to ride to work. I can take my truck. And in this case, you couldn't keep me off this thing today. It wasn't happening. So I guess the dopamine hit for me hits a little bit harder because I don't ride every day. I'm saving it for something special, some special weather. Yeah, I'm special. Ooh, that's a little bit sandy, a little bit dirty. Oh, it's a dirty, dirty road. Yep, the sun is starting to bake my noodles. So it doesn't matter if it's a commute, a short ride, a long ride. I think that riding motorcycles gives you one hell of a dopamine hit. And I understand now why people that get hooked on the long distance riding, they're looking for that bigger and bigger hit of motorcycles. Yep, motorcycles are a gateway drug to traveling and stuff. I'm avoiding it so far. Oh, what an interesting commute though. Had a little close call on the highway. Take a look. What the hell was that? I think he wanted me to follow him and get in a fight with him. Not happening. I just pointed out that you should give people like half a lane, whether they're playing the air guitar or not. What a jackass. Yeah, that was not good, but hey, here we are, and I'm, 10 miles from home, so I'm not too far. I'm almost there, and it was totally worth it bringing the bike today. It absolutely put a smile on my face, put me in my place. There's nothing else that rhymes with that. So yeah, I thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts on this, leave them down below in the comment section. I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Until next time, don't forget your 2 mantras and go check out that video next. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's riding your motorbike to work. Bye.